It's game day, and we just got major news that will shake up not only this game, but potentially the entire NFC playoffs as we know it. Ricky Pearsall, Trent Williams, and Sam Darnold. Are they in? Are they out? And how does that affect this matchup in the entire NFC playoffs going forward? It's all right here on Digest Media's Niners Digest. My name is Cameron Moniz, and thank you for being here. This is the pregame show. Before we dive deeper, please take a second to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It helps us out, and it really helps you stay on top of all things 49ers. But let's dive in, because like I mentioned this morning, we get some major news. Now, this came out a few days ago. Sam Darnold listed as questionable for this game. Oblique injury as we know it, and it seems like just a cautious questionable. He's probably going to play. He's probably going to make it cautious questionable. That's what it seemed like, but things have taken a crazy turn. Before we dive any deeper into this video, we gotta stop and thank our friends over at Kalshi who sponsored today's video. When you download Kalshi with the link down below, use code DIGESTNFL to get $20 when you trade your first 100. They're the #1 sports prediction market in the US. Whether you're in California, Texas, it does not matter because they're live across all 50 states. And you can trade on anything you want, not just sports. The election, the weather, it doesn't matter. It's on Kalshi. Me personally, I'll be trading on the 49ers this Saturday, and beyond that, I want the announcers to say what a catch, so I'm trading on that only on Kalshi. So once again, make sure you download Kalshi. Don't miss the opportunity for that $20 when you trade your first 100, only by using code DIGESTNFL. Thank you so much to Kalshi for sponsoring this video. Following that news, the ball just keeps on rolling, because at first he was questionable. Then we get this report. He talks about how he had to rehab after practice. We know all that. Let me read the exact quote for you. Sam Darnold said he felt something during routes on air and didn't want to push it. Played it safe and got some rehab during practice. Says he plans on playing through it. Feel like I'll be ready to go by Saturday is what Sam Darnold said. Then we get this report last night. Seahawks coach Mike McDaniel says that the team is really optimistic that Sam Darnold will be able to play on Saturday against the 49ers. So we went from questionable, talking about the rehab, to really optimistic. And then this morning we get the Schefter bomb. Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold hasn't thrown a football since he hurt his oblique Thursday. The Seahawks believe but don't know that he will be okay to start tonight's game versus the 49ers. Backup quarterback Drew Lock took the reps the past 2 days and is ready if needed. Whoa. That is big news, because I don't think that report comes out unless there is a realistic opportunity, a realistic chance that Drew Lock plays in this game and Sam Darnold does not play. That is as big as it gets in terms of earth-shattering NFL news. Sam Darnold, the comeback story, the Seahawks' $100 million quarterback, might not play in the NFC Divisional at home, the #1 seed. Wow. Now, we got to dive deeper into this, because is this a setup? Because we all know that Sam Darnold famously, and I mentioned this in the last video, we all know he famously was seeing ghosts. And I covered how in big games, Sam Darnold had not been great. Last year in Minnesota, playing the Lions in Week 18 for the #1 seed, they get blown out, 31-9. Sam Darnold is horrible in that game. The next week, the wild card round, they're a 14-win wild card team. Boat race by the Rams, 27-9. Do not score double digits in either game. Ryan Clark says maybe he doesn't want to play because he's afraid, because he's seeing ghosts. And does that set up Drew Lock for a Nick Foles type of run? I don't know, and I sure hope not, because if that is Drew Lock's future, then the Niners get bounced. So whether or not he plays, this is a huge developing story. Because even if Sam plays at this point, what percentage of him is actually there? Is it 70%? Is it 60%? Can he throw it 25 yards downfield, or is he going to be hurting? Big developments in this game. We got big news, and we're not done, because the Niners have some good news coming out of their side. We've got Trent Williams back, baby. More good news for the 49ers. Trent Williams was much more active during the open window of practice than he was last week. Seems that the 49ers will have a healthier 71 for this game against the top shelf Seattle defense. This coming from David Lombardi a couple days ago, and it has since been confirmed that he will play in this game. Now, Trent did not play in the Week 18 game in Santa Clara when the Niners lost 13-3. Trent did not play in that game, and it was felt massively because McCaffrey was bottled up. Purdy was bottled up. He was sacked 3 times and had under 130 yards passing. With Trent Williams in there, it gives Purdy that extra few seconds. It allows the receivers to get downfield, and it allows us to play at our highest level. And speaking of the Niners at their highest level, one of our key players will likely be back in this game. Wide receiver Ricky Pearsall is expected to test his knee pregame versus the Seahawks. The expectation is that the 49ers wide receiver returns as long as there's no setback after giving it a go. Pearsall back is huge for this offense. This coming from 49ers Sports Talk. And let's talk about how big it truly is, because people don't understand just how mighty the impact of Ricky Pearsall is in this offense. The Niners are 8-1 in games that Ricky Pearsall has played and 8-0 in games that he's finished, including a victory in Seattle back in Week 1. He is the key to this offense. And I know it's crazy to say, but he really is. This is a different team when Ricky's in the lineup, because Ricky is the guy that can get separation. Ricky's the guy that can get downfield. Ricky's the guy that Reek Woolen is going to have to worry about, which frees up Demarcus Robinson, which frees up Jake Tonjes, which frees up McCaffrey. It frees everyone up when Ricky's out there. We need him out there. And if he plays in this game, I love the chances of the 49ers. 8-1 with Ricky, and another trend for the 49ers is that going back a few years in the wild card round and the divisional round, the Niners are 7-0. 7-0. They have been undefeated in these rounds, the last, I believe, since 2017. So you're 8-1 with Ricky Pearsall. You're 7-0 in this round, and you're 4-0 with Brock Purdy in Seattle. Sam Darnold might not play. Trent Williams is back. Ricky Pearsall should play. 8-1, 7-0, 4-0. Niners Digest, we will be back. Whether it's the Rams, whether it's the Bears, it does not matter. We will be back. We will be talking about an NFC conference game, and we'll be talking about a Super Bowl in our backyard. For Niners Digest, my name is Cameron Moniz. This is the pregame show. The Niners kick off in a few hours. Let's go, faithful. Let's freaking go. We'll see you back here in a couple of days. Let's go. Ah!